We do allow, we do allow for double embryo transfers if the physician does. This is not something that we would make that decision. That really is a clinical decision, but we would allow that if the clinic does. There is a difference in cost, and also that goes back to the matching. If you want two embryos transferred, is the surrogate willing to take two embryos? What happens if both take? Is she willing to keep both of them? What happens if it splits? So there's a lot of scenarios that we have to work through. But when I first started, double embryo transfer was the norm. We did
Yeah.
that all the time. And Dr. Donnerschman, I had one case where we had a surrogate get two embryos, both of them split, and we ended up with four. And they decided to go ahead and reduce what, because they were in the same sac, of course, so they ended up reducing one set of the twins, and the other set was born, and they were fine. But what we're talking about with twins is the potential for more complications for the surrogate, maybe more bed rest. Maybe she has to have more child care. We have to get her more help with meals. And that we will help with that, but that is a very real possibility. The risk of an early birth, if you're an international family dealing with this pandemic, and you're dealing with twins, your babies could be born before you could get here just because of the travel restrictions. And so we have to talk about what happens in that case and who's going to take care of the children. Cost-wise, surrogates are paid more if they have a twin pregnancy. It's between $7,000 and $10,000 for an additional fetus. Their expenses, monthly expenses increase. Their allowance for clothing increases because they're, going to be bigger sooner. And so there are cost variants that come with that. Insurance is another thing. Most people don't have insurance that covers the children. Fortunately, my German clients have been able to get insurance that covers their children. So we've not really struggled with people having to pay a lot of money, but NICU is what, $10,000 a day per child. And so, when you think about how many embryos you want to transfer, it's not just, what's safest for the surrogate. There is a financial component to this as well. So we've actually done an analysis and found it's less expensive to do two separate surrogates with single embryo transfers. And so we do allow for that as well. We will match people with two surrogates. And I know Dr. Donnerschman will work with people who
Yes.
work with two surrogates. So